Last time on Shadow Piece, the battle between the Sin of Pride Hyrodine and Howling Gap went on for multiple hours. The senior officer of the Red Hair Pirates had the advantage with his ranged attacks, resulting in an incredibly hard time for the giant from Elbaf. Slices and cuts are all over his body, besides his fists. The Yarn Griper don't even have scratches on them, showing just how legendary of a piece of equipment they are. You could go as far as saying the main reason Hyrodine is still standing are these ancient glows, and the weird electrical surges he felt from time to time. After Shanks, Backman, Yasop, and Lucky Roo, all the senior officers are on a comparable level, but seeing that level is above the top rookies from Elbaf is quite scary. The gap might not be very big between them, however it still shows the massive power of the Red Hair Pirates. With his body close to collapsing, Hyrine's thoughts keep on accelerating. If only he was as fast as the Dark Messiah, or what if he had the powers of a monster like Maria? Then this fight wouldn't have even lasted this long. But thinking about these scenarios doesn't help. The Sin of Pride still has room to grow as a fighter, and unbeknownst to him, over the course of this fight, something helped him in discovering a new ability. For just a moment, both sides stand in front of each other, at a bit of a distance. This standstill is the last one before this battle would be ultimately finished. Hyrodine feels another electrical surge through his entire body, loosening up every single limb and part he can control, all unconsciously. And then the ending of the fight begins. Just a few seconds ago, his thoughts went in every direction possible. However, after he felt the electricity, it became empty. Head empty. Only battle. The wind blades released from Gap's mouth are still flying at the same rapid speed as before. The howling human even changes up the intervals to make them more unpredictable and harder to dodge. And yet somehow the giant warrior feels like they are flying much slower than before. It's almost like everything around him is going in slow motion. His body, even with all the injuries, is moving smoother than ever before. There is no delay from his brain to his body's reactions. A completely new level has been achieved. Reaction Mastery. Another potential form of advanced observation haki. Future Sight, Attack Cancellation, and now Reaction Mastery. Compared to Armament Haki, Observation Haki can be used in a multitude of advanced ways. However, even achieving one of these forms is incredibly hard, and most people don't even get normal Haki to begin with in this world. Reaction Mastery means that the user can make the right move at the right times, making it very hard to hit them with attacks. The difficulty is for a different reason than people predicting the future, but both abilities are a hassle to deal with. Attack cancellation as well. However, using any of these advanced techniques is very taxing on the body, so a lot of stamina is required. Stamina, the Sin of Pride shouldn't have remaining at the moment, but something keeps pushing him. If Cavendish could see this, even he would have to admit it. The effortless way Hyrodine advances towards Gap almost looks elegant. All the wind blades barely missed their mark. For some people this could look like an exhausted Gap having worse accuracy, but that couldn't be further away from the truth. The lion-looking human actually becomes stronger the closer he is to his defeat. With minimal shifts and steps, the giant just evades any form of danger. As the menacing warrior closes in on his opponent, he has to slowly but surely accept what is going to happen. There wasn't a loud scream like he usually does, instead remaining completely quiet and swinging his right fist in a singular motion. Gap covers himself in haki one last time to decrease the damage, but as soon as he felt the attack on his skin, his consciousness started to fade away. And thus, the winner has been decided. After exchanging attacks of varying danger levels, the Fleet of Death is victorious. 3 hours, 37 minutes and 20 seconds. And after that time, the Sin of Pride, Hyrodine, earned himself another victory. However, there is no victory scream like he usually does. He just remains quiet, saving his strength and making himself on the way where the other battles took place. For us spectators, however, it is time to turn back the clock to the start of this whole confrontation and look at a different battle. The two blonde fighters have done a lot of tests to see how to best proceed, and with the occasional taunt from Lime Juice, the battle between the Sin of Lust Cavendish and the Senior Officer Lime Juice is going strong. Each of these two wield their respective weapon with extreme finesse. Every single technique from Cavendish's speed-can style so far has been completely negated by the staff user. However, the Red Hair Pirate also couldn't connect once so far. For every fighting nerd, this battle is a feast. From piercing, slashing and bludgeoning to parrying, countering and evading. Every skill is being used at an exceptionally high level. A small change could be enough to shift the battle in the favor for that side, and so Lime Juice reveals his first hidden card. I am positively charged that this will change the flow. As a pun master, he isn't holding back, and sparks of electricity start coming out of his staff. Now an electrifying battle can start. You better be careful, Prince, because Lime Juice twirls his staff for a bit before swinging it at Cavendish and finishing his sentence, as Cavendish casually blocks the attack. Your fancy gold conducts electricity very well. Just like the other Sin, the Sin of Lust experiences electric shocks. However, for him, they are not beneficial. Once you are caught in an electrical current, it is hard to get out again. So there is no reason for Lime Juice to remove his staff from the contact point. Very slowly, the electricity drains Cavendish of his vitality, and it also makes it hard to generate Haki around his arm and blade. It is not like Haki blocks electric power entirely, but it certainly helps in dealing with it better. The blonde Red Hair Pirate, however, doesn't just let this happen. Shortly before Cavendish could get his sword covered in armor and Haki, he knocks him into the air with his staff, jumping after him immediately. Much to the surprise of the Pirate Prince, Cavendish is by no means staggered from the first hit on him. Well, his beautiful hair got a bit charred, hurting him more mentally than physically. And as he is looking at his opponent, he finally covers the Rundle in his Haki and lets loose. In the air, you are an easy target. Beginner mistake, you veteran pirate. Beacon, heavenly, waterfall. This beacon technique rarely gets used, as Cavendish needs to be vertically above his target, and just by rushing to the side, it can be easily dodged. However, right now, Lime Juice is in the air after a jump, making him an easy target, not able of evading a straightforward attack like that. Heavenly Waterfall consists of 111 high-speed stinging attacks from the most beautiful pirate. Just like with many other techniques, the sword beams unleashed are of a golden color. All of these attacks combined make it appear like a golden waterfall is rushing down on its target. Lime Juice can't help but admire the gorgeous spectacle happening in front of him, even if it is falling right towards him. Then he chuckles. Sorry for teasing you, rookie. Lime Skip. The name is enough to make Cavendish cringe. There is no clever pun or a nice theme, just lime. And yet seeing as the Red Hair Senior Officer skips over the open air infuriates the Fleet of Death member. Geppo is a technique mainly used by members of the world government, but there are also some pirates and other fighters who discovered the trick behind jumping over air. Lime Juice is one of them, making him extremely proficient at aerial combat. With the heavenly waterfall out of his way, he does consecutive jumps to get next to the blonde pirate. Once next to the Sin, he swings down his staff, only to hear a beacon, rainbow twirl. In an attempt to keep his falling body safe, Cavendish turned himself into an iridescent tornado, but his hasty self-protection reaction was exactly what Lime Juice planned for. The center of a tornado is always calm, so before the rainbow twirl can grow in size, he jumps another time to get directly above Cavendish. This time, the young pirate cannot react to defend himself. Lime Juice positions his staff straight below his feet, and as he kicks it down, he yells, "Lemon Squash!" As expected, his electric staff gets surrounded by Haki, increasing the damage even more. But the Haki also covers the electricity, making it seem like black lightning is piercing straight through Cavendish's body. The first electric strike just stunned the beautiful pirate, but now the knock-up combo and the lemon squash are the first attacks to result in significant damage. With a massive BAM, Cavendish crashes into the ground, creating a big crater and having some aftershocks from the electricity. Meanwhile, Lime Juice casually lands on the ground with his staff back in his hands. Get back up. I know you are not done yet, Pirate Prince. Knowing this crew, this is not a simple act of honor, but some sort of deeper scheme. However, this battle is just getting started. Our blonde diva is standing up, trying to look as beautiful as possible, and yet his eyes show a fierceness you almost never can find on the womanizer known as the sin of lust. And this is the end of today's episode of Shadow Piece. I hope you enjoyed it. There was this big battle of Hyrdine and Gap, where Hyrdine achieved another feat. Not only does he now have advanced armament haki, but he also figured out the trick behind advanced observation haki. So only one last form of advanced haki is now missing in his repertoire of fighting skills. And then he managed to defeat Gap with the reaction mastery. I think this was a pretty neat idea for advanced observation. It obviously is no future sight, but it's still very close, and I think observation haki needs to be more versatile. I mean, we have the whole thing of sensing emotions, and maybe even the thing that our boy Fujitora is doing. I have no idea what that really is with him seeing all these different forms of people. But now let's get to the battle between Lime Juice and Cavendish. It's already going really strong. And Cavendish, well, he got hit quite hard, but this battle is far from over. I hope you look forward to it in future episodes of Shadow Piece, because for now, that's all from me for today. All that's left to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro, out. Bye!